Good morning and welcome or welcome back to Herald Hearth. You can call me Auntie A, and I'm so excited that you decided that you want to check out this corner of the internet today. I just want to take a moment to say that I was lucky enough to be part of a market this weekend, a witches market, where I met some wonderful people and did some amazing readings for folks. So if you happen to be one of the folks I met there or met through there, thank you so much for trusting me with your readings. And thank you so much for finding me here. Anyways, enough for the long intro. Let's get started. Let's see what it is that's brought us in today. Spirit, angels, guides, guardians, and ancestors. What message do you have for people today? Queen of Wands. Something about your creativity, your passionate expression of self. It's become unbalanced. Maybe you feel like things have been hard to balance between, real life practical things and having time for these things that your soul is calling you to. In the world that we live in and the culture that we live in, hustle and grind is venerated and is held in such high regard. Let's go 2 and 3. Okay. And I think that this is maybe a message about that. So let's dig into that a little bit. Straighten these out a touch. Okay, let's get into it. So we have this reversal. Got an elastic on my wrist. It's driving me crazy. Okay, there we go. We've got a reversal in the 2 of Pentacles. I'm right here. And that's definitely telling me that something's feeling out of balance. Something's feeling like it's not quite holdable. And this is talking about our passions and the things that our soul drives us towards. Your intuition. The sunflower is one of my favorite flowers. And it's always turning its head towards the sun. And that's very much what the Queen of Wands does, is she is constantly turning towards the spark of her soul, toward passion, towards that energy. So let's see a little bit deeper. Options. Interesting. What I'm getting here is that you're feeling unbalanced because you're trying to hold on to too many options at once. Too many things at once. Oh my gosh, no way. I just looked at the bottom of the sun. Okay, I'm going to set that right here for now. Ooh, the energy coming off that is so good. Okay, because there's this holding, even the words that are coming to mind, normally they come pretty clear. Even in this moment, they're coming in like jumbled and just like jumping over one another, and like I can't even hardly get them out. So that's okay. I'm going to take a second and I will get them out. But it feels like there is just too many options for what you're supposed to put your time into. You're supposed to put it here. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to put your money there. You're supposed to put your time here. You're supposed to put your attention there. It's very frenetic. It's very all over the place. And while this is a stop in the journey, this moment of options, this moment of kind of cloudy possibility, but it's not a space that you're meant to stay in. And I think that there's maybe been a desire to hold on and keep options open. And that desire and that choice to try and keep options open and stay in that space is really causing this imbalance, because the things that your soul is called to, those are part of your path. Those are part of your journey. And when you know it soul deep, when you know it bone deep, when it goes further than just like, that'd kind of be nice, it can be really scary to follow that path and to just go for it. We want to keep safety nets in place. We want to do other things. And that's very reasonable. I'm not telling you that you should go and, spend your life savings on something. Please be reasonable. Please be mindful. However, do you believe in miracles anymore? Do you even believe it's possible that you could follow this dream and be taken care of? I don't know. No, you don't. Oh, and I that came out so strong. And like, normally I wouldn't tell you that because you, but like, I'm telling you right now, I don't think your subconscious really believes it. It's interesting. In this moment, normally when I look at the Fool, I say that he is following the light of the sun, and he's following the light of his spirit, of that inner spark, that inner flame, that inner Kether or spirit. And right now I'm just noticing that, like, he's facing away from it, and it's really being drawn out to me. Like, he is facing away from his goal. And maybe the reason that you feel like things can't be possible is because you tried to step out into something in the past, but it wasn't something that you knew bone deep, and it didn't work out. And so there's this little part of you still that doesn't quite trust yourself. There's a little part of you still that says, I know I can trust myself here, where I am now. I don't know if I can trust myself out there. The Page of Wands, yeah. You're holding yourself to too high of a standard. And when you weren't able to meet that standard with love, you got upset at yourself about it. You turned inward on yourself. And I'm really getting this sense of, like, you got mad about it. And this isn't spirit, like, giving you a hard time and being like, meh, 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 meh. I don't like giving, like, finger wagging, things. It's more of like, hey, did you notice that anger? Hey, did you realize that anger came from something internal and not external? Did you catch yourself projecting anger out and go, where did that come from? This. But we have the sun on the bottom of the deck, which is keeping the entirety of this not as heavy or dour or negative as maybe it could be seen in some ways. So I think that there's a very warm positivity here. Let's get into it a little bit more. Spirit, where can we go to dig into this and break into this? Here? Yeah, dusk. Okay. So I'm going to be pulling out the Seed and Sickle Oracle deck, and it comes with 2 guidebooks, and I've just been told to use the Dusk guidebook. There's a Dawn guidebook and a Dusk guidebook. They're both really beautiful. It's both for the same card deck, but we're going to use this one because there's something in here that's going to help us, that's going to clarify for us what is going on. By the way, if you're a regular viewer and you're noticing something funny about my candle, don't worry. It's just that I have put ginger in the wax as part of an offering for this reading. So fear not. There's nothing wrong with it. Fear not is kind of a big thing. All those? That's a lot. That's a lot, Spirit. Can we have a few less? Yeah, okay. Let's just do a couple. Clearly, you've got lots of people on the other side who want to help you out and want to give you some information. This one nearly jumped right out of my hand. Rowan. 21-3. Okay, let's start with that. Let me flip that around for you. The red thread of fate tied around the rowan twigs. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to read it word for word. Rowan, you've been lacking in inspiration lately, and it's making everything you do feel stilted and difficult. Chances are that you're just looking in the wrong places. Rowan was once called the Tree of Bards, as sitting beneath it would bring inspiration to any lacking in it. And now nature is a great place to start looking. Take a walk, if you can, or get outside and see if you can name the plants that you see pass or the birds that you hear. Those creative thoughts will come running back in no time. Okay, so again, we're getting this message about nourishing the soul, about not just pushing for the grind, not just, throwing yourself into this situation and just like throwing yourself against the wall, trying to do everything. We're not meant to do everything. We're just not. Is there another one in here for us right now? Not now. Okay, not right now. So, Rowan is also a very magical plant, and this red string of fate, this red thread of fate, is wound around 3 of its branches. This also adds up to 321. There's this sense of like starting out as an apprentice. Like, I'm getting Page of Wands, but I'm also thinking of like a small person, a small child, like this sense of like wonder and excitement and children are so quick to tell us what they want and need, tell us where their heart is, to go towards the thing that they really feel that they need. And sometimes they're wrong, and that's okay because they're children, but I'm getting this like childlike wonder, and I'm hearing spirit be like, when's the last time you let yourself feel that? When's the last time you let yourself feel that childlike wonder? Because you're hoping and looking for inspiration. You're looking for this passion, this kind of blooming and bursting of energy and passion and soul work. And Spirit's saying, like, when have you filled up your cup? Like, honey, when have you slept? Like, have you drank your water? Have you been eating good? Like, have you been taking care of yourself to the best of your ability? It's funny. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. I'm just gonna have a sip of my coffee, but yeah, we gotta nourish ourselves. Delicious. I love it. Okay. Where can we go next, Spirit? Here? Yeah. Okay. We're going to put out the Celestial Tarot. It's interesting. Again, this is my first tarot deck, so I'm getting this sense of like being a beginner again. Yeah, I'm getting this like youthful sense, this kind of page sense, like being a beginner again. Being willing to take a totally new perspective and to learn. To be willing to be wrong, to be willing to be corrected lovingly, gently by Spirit. Because they don't want you to trip. They don't want you to drop what you're carrying. They just want you to put down what isn't for you to carry anymore. So let's dig into that a little bit, Spirit. What is this imbalance? Because we know that half of it is this passion and this desire to go outward and this fear that maybe we can't without throwing everything we have away. Oh my gosh. The Fool, but upright. That's so interesting. I'm going to put that here. Okay, that's super interesting to me. We're now flipping it. So interesting how when I went from a deck that is a little bit more symbol heavy and a little bit more like classically considered to be like the Rider-Waite, like the tarot. It's not the only one, but this is the Smith-Waite tarot deck, and it's very similar to the Rider-Waite, and that tends to be like the main one that we use in Western culture. That tends to be kind of like the popular depiction. But as soon as I pick this up, and it's slightly less symbolic and it's a little bit more energetic and painterly, I'll hold that up for you to see. We get the Fool card, but we get it coming out upright. Tapping into your childlike spirit is gonna be a big part of this. Oh my God, King of Wands, you guys. Oh, you've got some beautiful creativity coming up. An upgrade in your creativity. Wow. Okay, I'm so excited for you. This is really cool. And this is the reason why Spirit is kind of calling this out and saying like, hey, what do you fear? What do you fear that's making you keep these options open? Because it's making you hold more. Yeah, it's making you try to hold on to more than you individually can carry. This Nine of Pentacles is reversed, which is the independent and wealthy woman. And it's reversed because there's this desire, this fear that if you let go of kind of considering like how it should be done, quote unquote, that you're kind of going to lose all of the material that is necessary just for surviving. And I'm not talking about like, we can survive on very little. We're humans, like we can make it work, and lots of people do and have to. But this isn't like the beginning of your journey. You've accumulated things, you've accumulated a life, you've living in a place. At least I hope. I'm sending my love to you if that's something you're struggling with. But balancing all the responsibilities and balancing trying to just survive in this world that is around us and that we live in all together. This imperfect and hurting world. And there's this fear of like, I have responsibilities. Like I got to make sure that I take care and show up. Maybe you have family, maybe you have kids. And that's a very real responsibility. But I'm hearing Spirit say certain things are out of your control. Certain things are out of your control. The Two of Pentacles balanced and upright. Oh my God. I want to shriek, and I'm not going to, because I feel like maybe somebody's listening to this and they need it to be a bit quiet. Maybe your baby's sleeping, but oh my gosh, Two of Pentacles upright, you guys. When I tell you that Spirit is saying, release the need for these backup plans, please. Like, you can keep one, you can keep something in place just for the safety of minors, or the safety of people, of small people. But dude, you do not have to be balancing all of this by yourself. You are so much more capable of striking out than you think you are. And you don't have to do it in a way that looks like everything else. It doesn't have to be as heavy as people are telling you it has to be. In the bottom of the deck, we have Cassiopeia, which is 20, I believe. I'm going to double check. I need to do a brush up on my numbers for tarot, but I'm going to double check what Cassiopeia is here really quickly, because there's definitely something in that message. Judgment. A wake-up call. When we take an honest look at ourselves, I'm reading from the book. When we take an honest look at ourselves, accepting our flaws without judgment, we give ourselves an opportunity to grow. Those parts or feelings that we've shut down and buried, oh my God, you guys, that we've shut down and buried, the things that we've rejected, shut down, buried, they reveal themselves now for a chance to heal. They all bring purpose and lessons that need to be acknowledged. So maybe that's part of this as well, is not just options around you and things that you got to take care of and want to have as backup plans, but also chances to heal. Things that are coming up that have been pushed aside before. And now you're just acknowledging them. This card comes directly after the Sun, which we just had on the bottom of the last deck. It is an exposure, an illumination of what was hidden. A situation is resurfacing for a chance to be made right. This is an opportunity to deal with any regrets, to accept, to forgive, to move past. A resurrection, an integration of broken pieces. Resurrection, that's really interesting. I'm getting this as resurrection. This is a period of self-evaluation. And below that we have the Nine of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment and contentment. I think a big part of this is forgiving yourself for not like being maybe, I just heard super mom. Forgiving yourself for not being super mom. Forgiving yourself for not being super person, super dad, super individual, who can do everything and who's managing to do everything on their own. This is a little bit about forgiving yourself for those moments that maybe you got angry and maybe you quit prematurely on things or got upset, the volatility of kind of being a beginner in some cases. So Spirit, this is a beautiful message. How do we want to wind off this top row? How do you want to clear off this top row? And what message do you want to bring in for these beautiful folks who felt that this was their video? Oh. Okay. Gorgeous. Okay, we have cornflower, 11. Oops, let me hold it like that for you. And verbena. I think that's what, 42? Yeah, 42. So I'm going to set these down and let's dig into it. Let's look into what Spirit's got for us here. Cornflower, I believe I know definitely from the Dawn deck. It's about, in the Dawn deck, it's talking about how it was once considered a weed, but even something considered a weed can be a beautiful thing that becomes highly treasured. But let's read it from this booklet. The cornflower is remarkable for its beautiful blue petals, which create striking clusters of color against the green and yellow of agricultural fields. So perfectly bright are they that it's said that parts of the sky once tumbled to the ground, forming these beautiful patches of blue in the grass. The cornflower reminds us that it is not a bad thing to stand out or be unique. What may seem out of place to some may be a source of great and unexpected beauty to others. Absolutely. Your version of doing this thing we call life might not look like your neighbor's, might not look like your mom and dad's, might look different. And that's okay. In fact, I think perhaps we are at a time where different is going to be really important for moving forward as a community, as a culture, and as individuals. Let's dig into verbena a little bit. So we have 2, and then we have 642. Verbena is a historic plant of reconciliation. Interesting. I'm really getting a sense, maybe reconciling something within the self. But it was carried by Roman and Persian ambassadors during peace talks as a symbol. Not only did it represent compromise, but also defiance of one's enemies. Just because you're patching over a rocky situation does not mean that you have to give up agency in order to achieve an agreement. Stand your ground and make sure that you are heard too. Absolutely. Interesting. There's something in there for us. Can I dig into that a little bit more? Yeah. What is this disagreement? Is it between the self or is it between others? Okay. It very much might be between the self. Yeah. It's this fight with yourself. It's this competition of where your focus should be. And you might even have some people in your life who are, fighting you on it, saying you should be focusing on this, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And it's a challenge, but it's not one that's not overcomable, okay? Interesting. The Knight of Wands. Interesting how at this corner we had the Page of Wands in reverse, and now we've leveled up to the Knight of Wands upright. That's so interesting to me. Give me a moment. I want to check. There's something in the book here. You know, I'll be honest. There's a little part of me that gets a little bit, I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I'm feeling that too. I even feel a little bit bad sometimes. Like when I look at the book, somebody's going to think, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about, or oh, she shouldn't be doing this. And you know what? I keep coming back to, you know what? The book is there for a reason. And, you know, I don't use them every single time. But even if I did, you know, like, it's this moment where, like, I have to choose to be kinder to myself about it, because Spirit's like, no, like, the message is in here. Like, it's in there. It's in this poor booklet that has been around a minute, but it's like this sense of, like, the message is in there. Don't judge how I'm giving you the message. Don't judge yourself for how I'm giving you the message. You don't need to quantify one way of receiving a message over the other. So you don't have to quantify one way of doing things over the other. So this Knight of Wands is a vibrant and expressive individual. Their energy is intense and is released through a busy schedule, emotion, and bursts of creativity. But this is action, driven by impulse and passion. Be inspired, but stay balanced and take a couple minutes to think things through. But I'm not too worried about you. You've got balance as a focus. So allowing this passion to kind of drive some things is going to be really cool for you, I think. On Cornflower, doing something your own way, doing something special. Lots of blue in this reading, like verbena is blue, the rowan plant is blue, cornflower is blue. Obviously, we have this beautiful blue deck. And every single card has like a relatively substantial amount of blue on it. So you might want to look into or consider the significance of what blue means to you. So, no, okay, sorry. I got distracted by blue. Yeah, blue, what blue means to you, or what blue means in your culture, specifically in like the teachings that you grew up with, your grandparents' teachings, like what does blue mean for you? It might be different based on culture. It might be different based on place or time or age. So I'm super curious. If you feel like sharing in the comments, go for it. You don't have to, of course. You never have to. But I'd be curious. There we go. King of Swords in reverse. Okay. King of Swords in reverse. Okay. There is something about a sharp tongue. Something about a sharp tongue. Something about an abuse of power. Oh, I see. See, this is why sometimes we take the books. Either it drops in your head or it's already in the book. Okay, so a reverse King of Swords in this deck refers to difficulty in reasoning or deciding a plan of action. Okay, so there might be some difficulty for you surrounding how to approach this transformation you want to see within yourself, okay? There might be some difficulty in deciding how to go about rebalancing this in a way that is wise, intelligent. How do you be yourself in a way that still provides some safety, some stability? It is not a bad thing to stand out, but sometimes you might be struggling with, when and where and how, especially if who you are, your truest self, especially if it feels unsafe in the place that you are to express that. It might be challenging. It might be difficult to try and come across the decision of like how you want to express yourself. And that's okay. You're not in trouble, especially if the space that you're in doesn't feel safe. Like, the world is wild out there and people are doing all kinds of crazy things, and it happens. So I'm not about to tell you that you're in trouble for trying to keep yourself safe or keep your family members or people you love safe. But you're still worth being. Your expression still matters, okay? You might kind of feel a little bit hopeless about the situation. Please don't. This is not about hopelessness. In fact, I would love to get a card spirit that kind of helps us wind down possibly towards the end of this, although I'm feeling like it might be more than just the one line. Let's see what spirit has for us. I feel it on the bottom here, which is this. Oh my gosh, the upright Queen of Wands again. She's glowing. You don't have to have it all perfectly figured out, okay? You don't have to have it perfectly figured out. You just got to keep taking a step forward. Nourish your inner body, your soul. Nourish your heart. Be in nature if you can. Try to find some kind of compromise between needing to balance and survive and possibly take care of other people. And I'm talking about like dependents. I'm talking about like children. I'm not talking about other full-grown adults who are fully capable of taking care of themselves. But you might have dependents. You might have children. You might have elderly family, people that you want to try and take care of and be mindful of. And if that's the case, there might be a bit of a pull between you expressing yourself and doing what your soul's calling you to, and also the very real things that you care about and want to be, part of taking care of somebody. But there's such a warm, like, we just keep returning to these symbols here. And this encouragement of stepping out into your creativity is so, so beautiful. Is there anything else, Spirit? Yeah. Okay, let's pull a little bit from the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. Give me a second to pull it out of its casing. I love some of the boxes. The artwork and stuff keeps them so safe, so I still haven't gotten to the point where I've pulled them all out and left them, but I might reach that point eventually. Who knows? But let's take a look. All right, the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. What wisdom do you have for us before the end of this reading? What do you have for us, please, folks? I'm getting a sense of shyness. I'm getting a sense of, oh, well, I don't need it anymore. Surely this is enough. Surely this is enough. No, it's not enough. Spirit has more for you. Stop acting like you don't deserve it, okay? Literally, I went to pull out one card and 2 came out, like, as I said that. So, yeah, don't even worry. 2 of fire. Love, 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 love. Oh my gosh. Adore that. Here, let's pull that down there. The 2 of fire with the thistle and the 8 of air, the eagle. Somebody's ancestors. Somebody might be part of the eagle clan. If this is you, hi, hello. But I'm getting an ancestor here for somebody. But there's also another message in there. The 8 of air is in the Rider-Waite, is the 8 of swords. But this is such a free and beautiful card compared to kind of the restriction of the 8 of swords. Because this is talking about the medicine that leads you through. That leads you through getting out of that mental block, that mental break. It's about having a higher picture, about getting up higher in the sky and getting a bit more of a like a god's eye view or an eagle eye view. It's about clarity. It's also about honesty, introspection, self-awareness, and objectivity. For this process to work, you need to be utterly honest with yourself. If you're kidding yourself about what you actually want, you might get very unexpected results. Notice how ideas and fears limit you. Conditioning or circumstances can contribute to negative thinking, but your mind has the power to free you. Regardless of the circumstances, see what's true and possible so that you can make a difference. I love that. I love it. I don't even feel like I need to expand on it more. Like, genuinely, that is so clear. Thank you, Spirit. Like, beautifully clear. Straightforward. Somebody's ancestors does not play around, and I respect that so much. I'm getting the thistles here are standing out on the 2 of fire, as are, of course, these beautifully wound snakes. And then we also have some landscape markers in the background. This is about facing and overcoming fear, moving beyond fear. It's a challenge. There's some danger, there's some doubt, but do not let fear paralyze or weaken you. Instead, use it to sharpen your focus and your thinking. Stop telling yourself that you can't. The courage to create the courage to create your life, there we go, is never about the absence of fear. The secret is to feel the fear and act anyways. Whatever scares you, failure or success not being enough, heartbreak, the unknown, failing, feel it. Thank it for protecting you and move through it. There's so much to be gained from a small amount of pain of doing this. Courage, freedom, empathy, and destiny, they await you. Do something you've told yourself that you can't. And repeat 3 times. If I can't, then I must. Fears into freedom, doubts into trust, the scary snake into the mighty dragon. I love it. I love it. Like, I genuinely love it. This is so much love and so much joy. And remember, this started with the sun at the back of the deck. This is not a dreary, fearful, tower card reading. This is a reading about trusting yourself enough to face those inner fears. Oh, the 4 of fire. Absolutely love. This came up for somebody in a reading yesterday. I love that because it is about family. It's about coming home, returning to the hearth, which I love. This place is called Herald Hearth for a reason. There's a little home with warm sunshine in the background. I just looked up at my clock. It was 3443 and then 3444 on the clock. So 444 might be our number today. It's about returning home. Is there something in the book for us with that one, Spirit? Yeah, okay. Let's pull into it. Also, there was one thing I said that often it can be hard for us to tell if a fox is more canine or feline-like. They kind of, to us, seem like they are pulling from both sides in this strange way, but they are their own thing. They are their own thing. You are your own thing. You are doing your own thing. You are doing it your way. And it looks a little confusing to people on the outside, but who cares? Hearthfire, number 4, home, welcome, safety, comfort, family. Yeah, I don't think you need to worry. I don't think you need to worry, you guys. When you come home to yourself, a light shines within you. Tend to that light, that sun within you. That warmth, the divine fire, and you'll feel the comfort, brightness, and lightness of your spirit. And so will others. If you have a family, they will feel that. Welcome your family, friends, and community to the hearth fire of your heart. Fire will reveal its true nature and yours. The joy of life. Welcome home. Oh, I love. You're not meant to live in this state of running and running and running. You're not meant to live in this state of panic, of chasing just fragments of a life between trying to hold everything together. It's not your purpose. And you know that. You wouldn't be here 36 minutes in if you didn't. I love this reading for you. I seriously do. Is there anything else, Spirit, before we close up this reading? Yeah, one more card. Okay, where are we going to pull that one more card from? There? No. Where you want it from? Where would you like it from, Spirit? Here we go. We're going to pull from the Tarot of the Divine. Maybe there's a story, some cultural wisdom or teaching in this booklet that we can send ourselves off with. The stories that we tell ourselves about the pain that we have endured often carry more pain than the experience itself. What stories are you telling about yourself? What stories are you telling yourself? That you're not capable? That you can't do it all? That you should just give up? No, ma'am. It is a challenge, not a stopping point. Absolutely. 8 of Coins. Do not stop. Do not stop this work that you're doing. It might feel difficult. It might be something that has caused challenge. You don't have to hurt yourself and hurt yourself and hurt yourself going through this process. Okay? She is working on it to the detriment of her physical health. You're not stopping working on it, but you are taking a break. Step back. Look outside. See the world. The Chariot. Victory. Forward movement, forward motion. And on the bottom of the deck, the Empress. You guys. You have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about. Look inward. Be honest with yourself. Move beyond fear and welcome yourself home in a new way. You got this. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed my reading and you'd like to get a personal one to clarify some things in your own life, please check out the description box below. I have an email there that you can send me an email and I can send you all the information that's relevant. Of course, you don't have to, but I like to let people know. Thank you for your time. Thank you for trusting me. It was an honor to host for you. My name is Auntie A. This has been Herald Hearth, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.